This happened about 15 years ago, but the memory still makes me smile. So, back then, I lived in a house that my grandfather had built for my family over 50 years earlier. It was a big house with a long driveway on a huge lot. And out front, across the street, was a small neighborhood of about 200 homes. It was an older neighborhood that was starting to get a little run down. But in the last few years, a developer had come in and bought up a bunch of the houses, leveled them, and put up these massive apartment complexes. They were really starting to make the place look bad. Well, one evening I came home to find my driveway buried under a slab of fresh concrete. The HOA had decided to extend the sidewalk straight across my entrance. No notice, no letter, just my property cut off overnight. So I called their president. I was pretty upset about it, and I asked her what the hell I was supposed to do now. She actually laughed and told me to park on the street like everyone else. The problem is, I don't live in their neighborhood. My house was here decades before their gated community even existed. The only reason they had a road to drive on was because of a 50-year-old easement across my family's land. My grandfather allowed it when he sold them the original piece of property, but he never gave it away forever. So I went down to the county clerk and pulled the records, and there it was. The easement had expired 10 years ago, which meant their entire main road, the one leading in and out of their pristine community, legally belonged to me. The very next week, I hired a crew. We put up posts, hung heavy gates, and locked the only road they had to the outside world. Overnight, chaos erupted. Residents were stuck inside. Delivery trucks were blocked. Horns were blaring. People were arguing everywhere. They threatened to sue. I told them to go ahead. It's not like I hadn't expected it. I showed them the deed. They called the sheriff. He glanced at the papers and said it's his land. For 2 straight weeks, they lived in gridlock, walking half a mile to reach their cars, dragging their groceries like it was the pioneer days. Finally, the HOA broke down. They rebuilt my driveway, paid for damages, and signed a 25-year lease for access, paid in full up front. Now, every time one of their polished SUVs drives down that road, they know exactly whose land they are on and who really controls the neighborhood.